Hey guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho. Well, since having built this Goblin, I've gotten a lot of people asking me a lot of different questions. How does it handle, Ray? Was it worth the money, Ray? Is it better than a T-Rex, Ray? And at this point, guys, I haven't really flown it enough to be able to tell you that. I've only had a minute test flight in the backyard and then a general 3-minute flight, and so far what I felt and what I seen I like. But as far as putting it up against the T-Rex helicopter, at this point the jury is still out. I mean, it really has to be flown, it has to be put into the 3D acrobatic mode and so forth. But anyways, we'll know that in a couple of months, guys. But anyways, the people that were asking me also, they were trying to make decisions between the helicopters, different ones, and what they wanted to buy. And they said what was more expensive to fix, a T-Rex 500 in a crash situation or a Goblin 500. Now, because the Goblin is labeled as a 500, we're going to do this against the T-Rex 500. I really think it should be more geared towards a T-Rex 550 in comparison, but we're going to do it this way. I put down a list, guys, of general information, the things that I've seen usually go bad in a crash, so that's what we're going to discuss. I'll give you the prices for both machines, and then we can talk at the end a little bit. So, let's start out with the Align Trex 500 Pro. In the event of a tail boom crash, okay, you bend your tail boom. For the 500, you're going to get, I got my cheat sheets here, guys. You're going to get a set of 2 booms, okay, for $11.99. If you wreck this boom, which is made out of carbon fiber, you're going to pay $48 for one. Big difference in price, $11.99 to $48. They did reissue a fiberglass boom that is in the $30 range, but still it's a phenomenal amount of money to have to spend on a boom. The main shaft with the main shaft is another thing that will bend in a crash. With the Align, you get 2 shafts and the hardware for $14.99. With the Goblin, you get 1 shaft for $14. Okay, so you're gaining 1 extra shaft for about the same price. Main blades. T-Rex, if you're buying the original stock blades to put back on the machine, the main blades for the T-Rex 500 Pro are going to run you $39.99 if that's what you choose to put back on. The Goblin blades are going to run $70, so you're going to pay about $30 more for the Goblin blades. The canopies, another big difference in price. This is a bigger canopy. This is a $68 canopy. It's going to run you, if it gets destroyed on the Goblin. The canopies for the 500 Pro are going to run you $42.99. Excuse me. A feathering shaft, you're going to get 2 feathering shafts for the 500 Pro for $5.99. You get 2, like I said. The Goblin 500, for some odd reason, guys, I could not find a price on a feathering shaft, so I apologize for that, but I did not see one listed anywhere. In the event of a tail boom crash, a lot of times you'll damage the insides, whether it's a torque tube bending or belt breaking. The torque tube for the Align Trex 500 Pro is going to run you $12.99 for 1 torque tube. The belt for the Goblin is $19, so not too bad there in price. If you come down and you smash or break a tail blade, tail blades for the 500 Pro are going to run you $16.99. The tail blades for this are going to run you $22. Now the main gear is a little bit different. The main gear, okay, for the T-Rex 500 Pro, you're going to get 2 gears, but no bearing insert. Now the 2 gears are going to run you $14.99 for a pack. The bearing, which you need, or you might not need, depending if you just, we'll give it to you both ways. If you just strip the gear, and you can take, you know, your bearing out and put it in another gear, you're going to get 2 gears for $14.99. If you wreck the one-way bearing or pull it out, that's $23.99. That would cost you a total of about $38, guys. But just for the sake of saying you just strip the gear, and you can, you know, obviously anyone who has a T-Rex knows you can pull out the bearing and put it in another gear. Say $14.99, you get 2 gears. This one comes, the Goblin comes with the 1 gear. It has the bearing already inserted in it. That's $18. So you're talking about $15 to $18. You can get an aluminum upgraded one for $25 if you want aluminum gear. The skids and struts. Alright, the struts for the T-Rex usually will break in a crash. The struts are the white part coming down, the plastic parts, for those who don't know. Those are $4.99 for 1 set. And the skids are $5.99. Okay, so you're talking $6 and $5, $11 to replace both. The struts, for the Goblin, are the sacrificial little struts underneath that break away in a crash. Those are $9 opposed to $5 on the T-Rex. The skids are a lot more expensive, guys. These carbon fiber skids are $22 for a set of 2 skids. So there you're talking, if you destroy both on both machines, you're talking $6 and $5, $11 for the T-Rex, and about $31 to replace the skids on this machine. Alright, saying you destroyed all those components in a crash, which could very well happen, guys. These are the main things that I usually see go. I mean, somebody's probably going to leave a comment saying, no, I've seen this and that and this. And nobody knows what's really going to happen in a crash, guys. I mean, it depends how the machine comes down. It depends if you halfway auto-rotate it. It depends if it comes down inverted, if a servo blows out. There's many different styles of crashes. Losing motors and speed controls. These are the basic components. You're always going to more or less break a main blade or bend the feathering shaft or bend the tail boom or break skids, that kind of stuff. Main shaft is almost a given to bend. If you were to destroy all these parts on both of these machines that I mentioned, guys, the total cost for the T-Rex 500 Pro would cost you $195.89. If you were to destroy everything on this machine that I mentioned on this list, it would cost you $290. Alright, so about $95 more roughly to fix everything here. So that's my list, guys. For the guys out there that asked, that were curious about the machines and which are more expensive to fix, I think, in my opinion, because this is the same size as a 550 T-Rex, it should have been compared to that, but they label this as a 500, so we're going 500 versus 500. So once again, the parts we mentioned: main shaft, tail boom, main blades, canopy, feathering shaft, torque tube, tail blades, main gear, and the skids and the struts. Okay, servos and all that we didn't discuss, and those are usually your things that are going to go, guys. So I hope this gives you guys a little bit of insight into what it takes to fix these machines, and you know, take your decision and go from there. Now, this machine is going to cost you a heck of a lot more to build, which I found out, than a T-Rex. The T-Rexes come with everything in the kit. You know, the servos, the motor, the speed control. When you buy one of these, you're paying, this was about the same price as a T-Rex 500 Pro. I think the Pro I paid around think it was $700 when I bought it. And this was $648. But this didn't come with anything, guys. The T-Rex came with everything but a receiver. So, you know, by the time you buy your speed control, your motor, your B-Stex unit, all your servos, satellite receiver, you know, this is going to cost you basically double the T-Rex. Alright, you get a T-Rex set up for maybe $700 without a B-Stex, but with everything else, with this thing it's going to run you up in the probably $1,400 range plus to put together. So it's a big decision to make. I wanted to try a new brand, and so I went with this one. This is a new brand. I'm sure that we're all the sacrificial guinea pigs on new brands. Whenever you buy something that just comes out, you know, I'm sure next year you're going to see a revised skid set, you're going to see a revised this and that, and, you know, better this, better that, metal gear this, plastic gear, you know, I mean, they always do that. So anyways, hope you got something out of this video, guys. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho, and I thank you for watching.